Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the global door number TH1118-B-LH-AL. This is a Kawanir style, bottom pivot only assembly. The bottoms and tops are sold separately. If you need a set of two, just order one of each. Change the B to a T for the top. Now this is a left hand. From my perspective, it's a left hand. From your perspective, it's a right hand reverse, but of course, it still makes it a left hand pivot set, okay? That's how that works. You've got the floor portion. You've got the door portion. Three holes, take note of. Lots of pivots have holes that are vertical. The Kawanir bottom style is a three-hole version. Okay. Also going to have included a reinforcing plate and then all of the bolts for installation. The flathead screws that you'll need to mount the pivot to the jamb. The hex cap bolts that you'll need to mount the door portion to the inside hollow style of the aluminum storefront door. Let's say this. It's available, obviously, as both hands. It's available in both finishes, aluminum and dark bronze. There is a series of bullet points below this video talking about the items itself. Let's go over it. These pivots will replace lots of pivots for Kawanir manufactured products. There's several different manufacturers. The orientation, the design, the construction, the physical dimensions are all different. Suitable for aluminum doors weighing up to 125 pounds, which will be very much within the range of common storefront doors. Engineered and designed for durability, style, easy to install, easy to use and maintain. It's a 3/4 inch offset pivot, and what that means is the dimension from the face of the door to the center line of the pivot is 3/4 inch. So my middle finger on my hand represents the face of the door. Face of the door to the vertical center line of pivot is 3/4 inch. That's what that means. This can be used on a flush installation or an inset 1/8 of an inch installation. If you stand on the pull side of the door and run your hand over the face of the door and frame, it's either smooth or flush, or it's kicked in just a little bit. It can handle either circumstance. If it's a new installation, you'll have to determine how you're going to lay that out, which will be based on the frame construction as well. If it's an existing and you're replacing the pivot only, not really much to think about there. Weather resistant and made of aluminum. Vertical adjustment is 1/8 of an inch. In the bottom portion door piece, when you remove that threaded cap, down inside of there is an Allen wrench bolt. And I understand you can't see it, but it will allow you to draw that up or down to tailor the installation proper so that you have a normal gap between the top of the door and the underside of the header, which is typically 1/8 of an inch. Full race bearing design and construction provides smooth operation on the bottom, and that's a reference to what's down in here. No sag. Entire weight of the door rests ultimately on the bottom portion. That's a very mechanically smart way to hang something. All of the weight of the door is literally resting on the ground. It makes for a very efficient way to swing the door. Completely tamper-proof. You can't get to any of the screws anywhere when this door is closed. You simply can't. The door has to be open. That will allow you to get to screws that you might need to get to, but when the door is closed, it's tamper resistant. Again, they're handed and available in both of the finishes. Let's go over some of the dimensional properties of the pivot now. Okay, here we go. The bottom portion. And this video is really more of visual proof of the size, the dimension of what it looks like. An overall height is about 2 1/4. An overall width of the frame portion at the widest point, about 1 5/16 inches. Then at the narrowest point is just heavy on 1 inch. Overall depth of the unit front to back, about 3¼ inch. Okay. Overall width of the floor portion, about 1 3/8 inches. Okay. That stud is threaded in. It's not really meant to be moved at all or adjusted here because there's no set screw that's drilled in the perimeter of this. That adjustment's done in this portion so that you can move that race bearing assembly. Let's put the tape measure on the back side of the frame portion so that you can study where the holes lie from top to bottom. And I'm just going to leave the tape measure there, and you can pause the video if you want to study that. Real helpful way to know if you've got one in your hand and you're saying there's no name on here, there's no nothing on here. Very common phone call for us to get. This will help you determine that stuff. Over here now. Obviously from the back side of the pivot to where those screws lie. Okay. Door, the door portion, overall width, it's conical in shape, so it tapers a bit. About 1.5 inches at the bottom, about 1 3/8 inches at the top. Overall projection, at the bottom, about 1 9/16 inches. At the top, it's smaller. Those are less crucial. Overall height, about 1 7/8 inches. Let's study where those screw holes are as well, top to center. Okay, there you go. And then again, all the screws that you'll need to do the installation. There is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Global Door products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, along with a link to the full product catalog. They do manufacture pivots for other brand names like US Aluminum, like Arch, that can be reviewed there as well. If there's any questions on the Global Door TH1118-B-LH-AL bottom Kawanier aluminum left-hand pivot set, or any other Kawanier product, Global Door product for Kawanier, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.